It was fireworks in Parliament when MPs debated the report of the Constitutional Parliamentary and Legal Affairs Committee on the controversial anti-gay bill. It started off on a very cordial note with MPs on both sides agreeing that this controversial bill must be passed into law. We first heard from the MP for Asante Achem North, Andy Appiah-Kubi, who actually said all 275 MPs in Parliament supported the bill.
The law, as we have it now, prescribes unnatural carnal knowledge without even adding anything. So there is nothing also before us requesting of us to pass a law to allow that so far. Mr. Speaker, I'm very happy that this House of 275 members all endorse this bill. And we are religiously going to support the bill to pass. I am speaking to the House and supporting the bill and also indicating the support of all our members because our membership as Ghanaians, all Ghanaians support this bill.
We then heard from the Speaker who threw a challenge to all MPs on the floor to stand up if they were against this anti-LGBTQ bill.
Opportunity to those who are against to speak. All members are in support of the bill.
Well, no one stood up. No one in Parliament stood up in opposition to the bill. It was then that we heard from former Minority Chief Whip, Honorable Muntaka Mubarak, who described the advocacy of LGBTQ as madness, and also the First Deputy Speaker, who said that the constitutional and the national life of Ghana does not support those activities.
It is very worrying that those who had been canvassing for this, for lack of better word, madness to be allowed to continue in our country are not averting to their minds to three things. And I will always say the first thing, regardless of which other human being you are, there's something you believe. Whatever you believe, whether you are a Christian, you are a Muslim, you are a Buddhist, you are a pagan, you believe in something. What has your scripture said about this? They were threatening the life of Honorable Sweeney, Sam George, and many of us who were speaking about visas to travel to their country. Mr. Speaker, we have made them look as if going to their country is about life. Mr. Speaker, if we were to do reciprocity, to do reciprocal of what they are doing, so that they would also be able to come into our country. Mr. Speaker, we will see those who suffer most.
Promotion of proper human sexual rights and Ghanaian family values. My friend, the ranking member, has quoted our constitutional duty to promote and protect our social and cultural values, an injunction by our constitution. So indeed, we are taking our responsibility under the constitution and promoting and passing this bill.
This was when things got a little bit heated on the floor when Communications Minister Owusu, who debated, actually said that the human rights of such persons must be considered, and that she was excited that the committee had taken its time to trash out some of those issues in its report.
What we can do is to ensure that the human rights of every Ghanaian citizen are protected in line with our constitution, and that nobody is discriminated against because of their beliefs or sexual orientation.
Yes, Honorable, let's hear you.
It is incumbent on us as members of Parliament to craft a piece of legislation that is not in conflict with our constitution or existing legislation. And so I commend the committee for the extensive work that they have done to clean up the bill that was presented to us and to come up with the amendments that they have proposed. And for the information of all Ghanaians, oral sex, anal sex, regardless of whether it is between man and man, or woman and woman, is illegal under our law. So if there is anybody who is practicing oral sex or anal sex today on a man or a woman, please note that what you're doing is against the existing law of this country because it is a natural carnal knowledge.
But just when she concluded her debate and another MP was on the floor, the Speaker of Parliament said he had heard that the Honorable Murtala Mohammed, MP for Tamale Central, had uttered some words to the extent that Owusu was either a promoter or a practitioner of anti-LGBTQ activities.
Honorable member for Tamale Central, please kindly withdraw that statement. Honorable member for Tamale Central, please. We are telling all of us together. Please withdraw that statement. No, I overheard you. Honorable Murtala, I overheard you. Please just withdraw the statement.
Well, they impressed on Honorable Murtala Mohammed to apologize, and he wasn't ready to do so. And Honorable Owusu was visually incensed and so angry.
Mr. Speaker, I sat here and repeatedly heard Honorable Murtala refer to me as a practitioner of LGBT to the hearing of everyone in this house. I sat here and repeatedly heard him
Honorable Minister,
shout at the top of his voice and refer to me as a practitioner of LGBTQ. And every single last one of you is behaving as if you didn't hear it. And if in response to that I say he is mad, it is only a madman who will refer to his colleague in this house as a practitioner of LGBTQ when you haven't seen me having sexual intercourse with your wife in those terms.
Honorable Minister.
And we call ourselves honorable members of this house. When you all hear it and pretend that suddenly you've lost your sense of hearing.
Honorable Minister.
Well, eventually the two MPs smoked the peace pipe. They all apologized for their part in the fracas in Parliament.
On every single state. But Mr. Speaker, it is fair that Honorable Owusu, strangely, the Honorable former Minister seated by her is not aware she made some statement. Also withdraw every statement she made.
Members of Parliament, and with respect to the titles that we bear and the constituencies that we represent, if there's any gesture I made which anyone here finds offensive, I withdraw it. However, let us all also be honest and admit that certain things happen here which are wrong.
Thank you.
Now that the bill has gone through the second reading, it will come back again for consideration stage where it will be taken clause by clause, it will be debated. Eventually, if this consensus and this coalition on both sides of the House holds, then we may expect that this controversial anti-LGBTQ bill will now be passed into law. Reporting for Joy News, Kweku Asante, Parliament House, Accra.